way better than the 24-man in.
Right, guys, how are we all doing today? Still getting set up here. Still getting set up. Good, and you? Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Although I was a bit slow starting today. There's just a few bits I want to try out today. Mostly I'm getting some numbers for the crafting sheet. And we do that by cheating. Hey mate, I think the video has affected storm those prices in the EU. It's the problem with a video like that, but so it probably makes it less viable. But at the same time, if you just remember it, and in a week nobody will be doing it anymore, will there? Nothing there I want. Right. So I want loads of this. So I want to be able to craft. Just need to clean up this character a bit. Don't need any of that. Forget this is the budget auction house mount, isn't it? Can't vendor stuff. Right, just get rid of a load of stuff. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need all this crap. Space. We'll keep that, we'll keep that. Ideally, I actually want to get rid of a lot of the herbs as well. I don't want any microbloom left. Yeah, it's all gone. Right. So costs 6. So if it's going to craft 10,000, I need 60,000 microbloom. Eek. Don't really want that much. 6,000. Don't really. I'm only getting some numbers. I don't want to commit like nearly $1 million gold to getting some numbers. Right. So now if I get rid of him. Right, let's see if this works. So what you can do is if you want to get some numbers cheap for your crafting sheets, you just buy the stuff, copy your character onto the PTR, and then you can craft it and see what the results are like. You can even like copy your character across multiple times if you need to. Oh, and the PTR is down. That is no good. What about that PTR? Morning, sir. Morning. How much gold do you make with alchemy per hour? I've got no idea because I've not touched my alchemy for a little while. Are you going to work on putting alchemy into your spreadsheet? I am going to put absolutely everything into the spreadsheet that you can craft, basically. But I'm a bit why is that playing up? But it's just a bit awkward at the moment because we know the file of Bountiful Seasons is going to switch over to soon. So if I could craft everything now, and then in a couple of weeks I've got to craft it all again. Right. Looks like none of the PTRs are available, which isn't very helpful. So I might have to just do the numbers on live and sell the stuff and probably make a small loss. Which is, you know, a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. Yeah, so everything that basically is sold on the region-wide auction house in the game, I'm going to add to the crafting sheet. I'm even leveling up professions on multiple characters at the moment so that I can sort of be able to craft everything. How's that doing? First time catching me live. Nice to have you. That's awesome. To be fair, I've been really lazy recently and I've not been streaming, but you know, real life does its thing, doesn't it? So I've got exactly 1,000 crafts. What's crafting going to tell me from a profit perspective? To be fair, it says I'm actually going to make a little bit of profit out of it, so that's fine. We'll see how that goes. I just invested all my gold in EU in Weaver cloth. I hope it goes up in price soon. Then you are crazy. Absolutely crazy. Like, prices are going down, if anything, at the moment. Sir, I have 4 million gold. What's the investment you would go to without using thinking? Like, everything at the moment is generally going down in price. Everything from the war within, at least, anyway. So I would be cautious about investing your gold anywhere because it is risky at the moment. Like, your gold is probably worth more and going to be worth more. God, this on Restream's terrible. It's so small. Let's get this other carrot. Yeah, we didn't need him logging in. Got 37% resourcefulness on enchanting sharding and sharded 10k gleaming shard. Only got 1800 backs, so it's a bug. Only got 1800. See, I haven't done all my sharding. My data for sharding is still a work in progress. So I can't confirm how good or bad those numbers are, really. Hi, lads. Yo, how's it going? There's some familiar names, guys, from the Discord. Wait for furniture making. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how they do the player housing. I hope they go down sort of a similar line to what it was like in Star Wars Galaxies, where you could just do everything. Just a crazy amount of customization and a crazy amount of other stuff you could do as well. And it was all sort of linked in with professions and stuff like that. So Be really nice if they could do that. But we'll have to see. They've I know a lot of people have said a lot of things, but we don't really know what it's going to be yet, do we, Sam? I don't do big batches of crafts anymore for that exact reason. Don't want to sit on stuff for too long. Yeah, that's a very sensible approach at the moment with how things are going. Like prices just seem to go down so fast and then take so long to come back up again. Resourcefulness is 1/3 of Matt's back on one item crafts. You can basically reduce your resourcefulness by 1/3. It's actually valued to calculate how many shards you'll get back. That's interesting. What's the easiest way to make money for a beginner other than mining and herbalism? I think people are still making good gold from the concentration enchanting. It's not what it was, unfortunately. But that's just how it is, I'm afraid. That's what happens over time. Everything gets less and less profitable. But yeah, the enchanting concentration. Actually, let me put a link to the Discord. I usually have that in the pinned comment, don't I? Oh no, we don't want that right in the middle there, do we? Can't have that. Right. Invite people. That's fine, get rid of that. Come off that. Join. In that. I have 4 tunes in each profession. What do you think about one in each different tree? I mean, if you've got 4, you've got 4 tunes in each profession, so you're running like 40 professions. It's a lot. That's a lot. The problem is, over time, you're just going to fill it all out anyway. Like on my inscription character now, I think I've got 2.5 trees, 4. So there's a lot of. Sometimes it's nice right at the start to be able to do that, but later on it sort of loses a lot of its value. Let me pop that on there. That's fine. You should link the Twitch in the YouTube description as well. That's probably not a bad idea. I like it here more. But yeah, I mean, people do generally tend to prefer streaming on Twitch. But a lot more people watch me on here. But now at least anyway. I hope it's a big enough gold sink to offset inflation. Yeah. If they make it too much for gold sink, are they going to get backlash for that as well, though? I don't know. I'm going to be very interested to see how they do it, because they could also sort of do it in such a way to sort of make redoing old content a bit of a thing. Like, oh yeah, this chair drops in molten core from a boss in molten core, and this candlestick drops from a boss in Blackwing Layer, but it's bind on pickups, so you have to do it yourself. And then suddenly you've basically added a load of new content to the game, sort of. So yeah, it'd be interesting. But I mean, if everything just costs gold, then you can see a lot of complaining is going to come from that. Oh, sorry, the cat's going crazy again already. It should be going back out again in about 2 minutes. I'm pre-farming the KP for carpentry on housing release. How are you pre-farming the knowledge points for it? Like, we don't even know what's going to happen with it or anything yet. My initial Dagmore invest from first Dartmouth Fair was so nearly plus minus 0 gold. Second one bought with that 50k at 10 to 11k sold, an average of 50 was quite okay. Yeah, if you look, obviously, because I did it in a video recently about buying up all them fish to do the Dartmouth Fair stuff myself, although I was actually using the fish to start the quest. But the price on the fish went absolutely crazy on one of the months that it came along. Concentration enchant is down to like 1000 to 2000 G per craft. If you're not lucky with ingenuity or resourcefulness, it's really low. Yeah, I mean, it's not. We knew it was just going to get lower and lower and lower, didn't we? Oh, what's sold here? 285k. Some Citadel Crusher stuff. That's what do you call it? That's Dragonflight Transmog. Bought those at like 5k each. Are you streaming on Twitch and YouTube? Yes. It's Kchak YT with a massive 8 viewers on Twitch. It's just on the Discord. It just links the YouTube one for now. Because the Twitch, I've not really done much with the Twitch yet. It's just the basic Twitch setup. I will at some point learn what I'm doing more with it and play with it a bit more, and be able to do fancy things with it. But for now, it's just getting used to it. That's the link if you want it. And see how lazy I've been recently, because these have got like, these auction house characters haven't been touched for like 2 weeks. Everything is collapsing at the moment. Even boosting services, the price is going down drastically. Yeah, it happens though, doesn't it? It happens a few months in. But we've got another patch coming next month, which will be a little bump. And then when the new season starts, probably a couple of months down the road, then there'll be quite a big bump again for a while. But we're just in that lull, aren't we? Where it's very difficult. Didn't know my classic fishing 300 would come in so handy with the secrets. I've seen, I don't know what's going on with that secret thing. I've not really had a read of it. But Wowhead seems to be constantly updating about it all the time. I assume it's for a mount or something, seeing as everyone's so going so crazy about it. Common question, but what's your opinion the best alchemy spec for gold making? I haven't touched. This is the only alchemist I've got. I'm sat on a load of knowledge points. So I've not touched flasks. And I've just got potions. You're stuck between potions, bulk production, flasks, bulk production, files, or obviously formatology, but I've not touched that at all. But this is why I'm banking a lot of my knowledge points at the moment now, because then I can copy my character onto the PTR and try stuff out by allocating the knowledge points. Whereas if I allocate them here, then they're permanently allocated then, aren't they? Ray gun toy, first one today. Curious on your PC setup, 4 accounts while streaming on YouTube and Twitch. My PC will be moving as slow as rock. My PC is generally average. The only thing I've got that some people might not have is 64 gig of RAM. I'm on YouTube, sick of ads. Yeah, I have my ads turned off on YouTube. I can't do anything about it on Twitch though, unfortunately. Not the usual stream time. No, I've done it a bit. It's going to be earlier, and it will be shorter today as well, because I'm literally just going to play until the US servers go down in a couple of hours. But circumstances have changed, so I should be streaming on a more regular basis now. So hopefully at least sort of a couple of times a week now. Yeah, why ever watch on Twitch when YouTube is an ad-free option? It's only ad-free because I've got it set up as ad-free. I've got the ads completely turned off, or the monetization completely turned off. But I do get why people like Twitch. There's just so much more you can do with Twitch. But obviously, I've not got that all set up yet. But we'll get there. Have you left your wife? No. No. Same on my server, people undercutting so much. Yeah, that's why we have the venting channel on the Discord, isn't it? I did last night as well. I did some disenchanting because the prices on the epic crystals on the US was really nice on the rank 2s and the rank 3s. They'd gone really high. And then people were just undercutting by ridiculous amounts. By the time I'd finished disenchanting, they were just back to normal levels again. So yeah, it is frustrating. There's this one guy on NA, he will fully tank a market to be 50 to 100 gold above crafting cost. How fun is this get? From 100 plus 150 to minus 100 G above crafting cost. Yeah, you're talking about Piggy, aren't you? I assume. Piggy on the Discord, who everybody hates. What's the reason for doing milling on a badly optimized toon? This is a perfectly optimized toon. Do you mean because he's got 58 inscription skill? That doesn't matter. got that. That's all that matters. It's got that and it's got that. Your skill doesn't matter if you're producing rank 1 stuff. This add-on is just so amazing. Like milling used to be such a pain, didn't it? It'd just be like every 2 minutes you're having to click it. Now it's just one click, done. And the nice little timer as well that tells you how long you've got left crafting as well. It's just all really nice, good stuff. Hi, does Craft Sim still work? Yep, Craft Sim still works fine. I just don't use it very often. I use it for the odd thing. Marriage is a goal per almost. Perhaps it is, especially when you have to buy an auction house mount. But at the same time, she does help with a lot of stuff on the channel and the Discord as well. So a little bit of gold is not going to be like the end of the world, is it? Do you think the prices will go up again in the long term, or will they just keep going down? You might get a little bump start a new season, but generally speaking, they just tend to go down. But the speed at which they go down will tend to slow down a bit. I mean, let's have a look at lure drop does exist because I know it exists. Yeah, it's just you can see it's just going to slowly go down over time. But you look like it's gone down quite quick, and then it's just sort of it's still going down. But you think so? What with the 90? So 166 down to 130. So it's not dropped that much. Like it was really rapid to begin with, the drop there. From the middle of September to the middle of October, the drop's like quite steep, but now it's just sort of leveled off a bit. It's still going down, but it's just going down slower. And that's generally what stuff does. Yeah, when I found that add-on, it's like a gift. Yeah, I was just cautious with it because things like that can be, a bit too good. And Blizzard don't like it sometimes when it's a bit too good. Good morning. I watched your video a few days ago about prospecting. Can you still make 1 million gold from prospecting, or is it bad now? When I've looked at it, the profit margins are much lower. Like I used to be able to get 50, 60, sometimes even 70,000 gold from prospecting 10k. Prospecting 10k, or now it's like 20,000, 10,000. So you can still make gold from it. It's just not great, and you definitely cannot do it blindly at the moment. You definitely have to have some sort of spreadsheet or something so you know what the results are going to be, because it is a loss a lot of the time. So you need to know what results are going to be on everything that you can prospect, really. Prospecting 50k or stack by stack. Yeah, well, that's what I was doing to get the numbers originally. It just takes forever, doesn't it? Yeah. Is there a way to see craft cost of Patreon orders? Sometimes they already provide some mats, but with Auctionator to show the total cost, not just the mat. There's I thought Craftsing was pretty good at that. See, I'm quite lazy looking at that because I just pay anything basically. But obviously, because some people are obviously finding that they can make quite a bit of profit from doing those, depending on the what the reward is, and you can see that some of them are quite profitable just by looking at them, as in what you get out to what you put in. But there's a couple of add-ons on the Discord. I'm not sure if it's one of those in the gold making resources section. I actually had to set up an enchanting tune to be able to make rank 1 radiant power. Why did you want rank 1 radiant power? That baffles me. Right, so we crafted 10,000 of these. Let me get some sort of... Oh, computer's dying. Right. So we've got 6924. Right. Oh, come on, can we lag any more, please? Not quite lagging enough here. Long-term prices will always go down. Some crafts will get a bump up every new season raid comes out. Yeah, some stuff will. But prices don't tend to... I know people think they go up a lot, but they don't tend to get... Oh, so that's what's happened. The game was just exploding. That's fine. In every possible way, the game was exploding. Right. You can go back in your corner. You can go back in your corner. Yeah, I think people do overemphasize how much a new season's going to affect things. Though it'll affect demand for sure. But the profit margins don't tend to go like the profit margins aren't suddenly fantastic. It can make a difference at times, but it's not going to be like, it's not like going back to the start of the expansion again. Just you get down. Probably do with a less manual way of doing this, couldn't really? You kill that. I just realised you sound like Carl Pilkington. Who the heck is that? Oh no, not him. He's like a proper idiot. He's an idiot abroad or something, isn't he? Something like that. I have seen some of his stuff. Um, will the professions reset shake things up? What it will do is it will make things even more like when a YouTube video comes out, it's going to make it even more extreme. So, like, I do a video talking about prospecting, making gold, and suddenly prospecting is going to be even more extreme than it is now for people rushing to markets because people can respec now. We don't know what obviously form that's going to take. But yeah, it's definitely going to have the effect that every time someone brings a video out, people can be able to rush to that market so much easier. So that could be the effect more than anything else. I think it'll just make it even worse for that sort of thing. Do you ever do rank 2 or rank 3 for milling for profit? Well, I don't just do the milling. I mean, you can sell it. It used to be dead profitable. I've not checked it recently because I do crafting all the way through. Stupid son. EU is like no profit at all. Some if you do more with it in glasswork. It was selling for 3k more than rank 2. Are you talking about rank 1 stuff? It's crazy that the rank 1 stuff is selling for more than the rank 2 stuff, which is crazy on its own. But what's more crazy is that the sales rate can be higher as well sometimes, which is, that's absolutely baffling. Higher sales rate and higher profit margins. Right, get some of that. Rank 1 enchants are usually higher than rank 2 and people do buy it because they assume higher price is the better one. Oh, right, I see. It's like an anti-concentration build. Can I use my concentration to craft at a lower rank? See, I didn't think it'd work for enchants. I understand why it works for things like regions and stuff, because people just automatically go to rank 1 thinking it's cheaper, but yeah, I guess it works for everything. Is it on purpose that your hairstyle goes up at the sides? No, my hair's just a mess. How many subs are you paying? I don't pay for anything, it's all with gold. Rank 1 is currently 1k more than rank 2 and it will wake up and the stock will all be sold. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. People are selling rank 1 stuff more than rank 2 stuff. Obviously, I knew it was a thing because obviously I'm doing it with my inscription and stuff like that, but just baffling. do you think the concentration alt builds will be profitable, even the drops in prices? I'm currently on 8 alts and unsure how I should push it. I mean, if you, it's probably always going to be profitable because people always want the rank 3 enchants, and the rank 3 materials are always going to be expensive for enchanting. It's always going to be more than the rank 2s and the rank 3s. So there should always be some profit margin there. But like you've seen it drop from, 100,000 gold to 10,000 gold to 5 to 2 to 1. But we knew it was going to keep dropping, didn't we, when we're setting all this up? But I mean, it's still just basically free gold just for clicking through your characters, isn't it? And especially if you've got one of these setups where you can get like sometimes 10, 15 crafts, depending on procs. He has a fantastic and very unique sense of humour. I love him. I haven't actually watched that much of his stuff, to be honest. Trying to maximise the artisan's acuity I can get on a new tune, starting with herbing and mining, but the drop rate on catch-up points is terrible. I don't do the mining and herbing anymore. Like, I've done it on 0 to gold cap challenge, but that was just because I needed the gold from the herbing mining more than anything else. But now all I've done on my most recent characters to do the artisan's acuity catch up is level enchanting to 25, do the enchanting patron orders that come up that give artisan's acuity, and then just do the shimmering dust catch up on enchanting. And that's combined with doing the patron orders and whatever profession you're trying to get up, it tends to be enough to get what you need. Hopefully they put a cooldown on it or make it expensive. Being able to respec on a whim will make it just unfun. Yeah, it's difficult because it's as good as it is, people that don't know the system and stuff like that, it is also massively abusable if it was in at the start of the expansion. What sold it at 32? Seraph Mortis Cape. Now, can you imagine at the start of the expansion when, like, I was getting those crazy profit margins, if I could respec my professions as well? So you craft loads of something, and then you respec and craft loads of something else. It's probably something that they can. Maybe it's something they should add in each expansion, but add it in the first patch we get, rather than at the start of the expansion, because I could just abuse it so badly, and so could many other people. But it'll be interesting because we just don't know what they're going to do with it yet. So we'll just have to see what comes of it, basically. It is only a one-time respec, right? Or are they giving the option to respec whenever you want? We don't really know because it's not on the PTR yet. It was originally coming in the next patch, wasn't it? And they've delayed it, and we think it's probably not coming now. until season 2. So we'll just have to basically just see what comes. Obviously, I will 100% check it out as soon as it becomes available on the PTR. Which it'll probably come out when we get the when the next patch comes out. They give us a release date for that, didn't they? December the 17th. And then it'll probably be about 8 weeks after that, and we'll get the new season normally. Hi, is there any alchemy knowledge point tree that is more profitable right now? Well, if we go on, where's my... Like, I mean, we saw that I was crafting these at a profit a minute ago. They're not actually selling, but I was crafting them at a profit. This is more of a problem now, actually trying to sell stuff rather than crafting it. On my old, on the old spreadsheet, I did have alchemy on it, didn't I? This one, oh god, this spreadsheet looks terrible. I'm just curious now, what are tempered potions crafting cost at the moment? Per dropped down to 25. Price is half since last time I used this. $65 gold. Cost per rank 2 tempered and at 59. But those simulations were done before I had full spec. Depending on the respec needs, it may take some items more valuable to farm. And thank you for the videos, by the way. Yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see what it is, really, aren't we? And there's not a lot else. If it's the thing is, if I don't know, if it's a one-time thing, fair enough. But you're still going to see people flocking to whatever comes out on the most recent YouTube video. But you can make, well, yeah, you can make profit with alchemy. It's just, it's the most competitive profession, most competitive crafting profession to get into. So you literally have to have everything maxed to have any chance whatsoever. Because even there, you just saw my crafting costs based on my old simulations, which are out of date because I've not done it for a while. But based on those, then yeah, it wasn't looking very profitable at the moment. It's fine. What's the difference of doing transmog on so many different toons on the same realm? These are all different realms, if that's what you mean. This is just I'm just emptying my mailboxes across the EU on this one. Do you do any endgame content or just farm the gold? I just make gold. I used to make gold and do endgame content, but then I decided to make gold and do YouTube videos. And unfortunately, it doesn't leave much time for anything else besides, a job, a wife, make gold, make videos. Just don't have time to raid and stuff, unfortunately. Anyone else noticed TSM doesn't seem to be updating in real time lately, even with a desktop app? Been a couple of times I've crafted something and then when I went to post, the price is a bit lower. Yeah, it's probably just slightly behind, isn't it? I've got the desktop app on and everything. Oops. But I've never particularly had problems with it. Not recently, anyway. Good evening. Good evening, GP Frog. And thank you for joining us. But then again, that also might be a case of just people undercutting too aggressively. If the price has gone down a lot. Since you've done your crafting, like when I did the disenchanting last night. You do the disenchanting, it's not taking you a particularly long amount of time. But then by the time you get it done, the price has dropped by like 20%, annoyingly. Laughed my ass off when I saw you being mentioned in Pilar's video. Yeah, that was dead funny. Yeah. And some of my real life friends as well obviously watch that sort of content. And they were just like, what the hell? And then that bit got clipped slightly as well in this more recent video as well, didn't it? Yeah, it's all good fun. And I suppose any exposure is good exposure, isn't it? But I've not watched his most recent video. I just saw that I was mentioned at this. Like, there was just that couple of seconds clip at the start. I didn't watch the whole video. It'd be interesting to see what he's actually going to do because he said he's quitting WoW, didn't he? So I bet he goes over to Final Fantasy or something like that and goes and terrorizes them over there. Oh, all the... Oh, I'm now eligible to get your Warcraft anniversary bundle for World of Warcraft. Apparently you can get it from streaming, guys. Who knew? Hello, teacher. Hello, Amin. I don't know how I'm teacher, but... I've almost abandoned PvP for gold farming. More fun. Thank you for your video as well. I definitely find it more fun than PvP. God, PvP is just stressful as hell. I have tried it before, and we've done okay, and we're always like, it's fine, we're going to chill out, we don't care if we lose, all that sort of stuff, and then you just end up just like raging all the time, don't you? Just PvP is not a healthy environment, or at least arenas and stuff anyway. Like if you're just casually doing battlegrounds and stuff like that, like not rated ones, you're just doing casually doing normal battlegrounds, that's fine because you don't care. But PvP arenas, no, I'm never touching that stuff again. Nah, he's trolling as always, lol. Yeah. I'd never seen him before though. I can't believe someone that had so many subscribers. I'd not seen him before until everyone started linking me that video last time. Because obviously he's seems pretty. I mean, he's got a ridiculous amount of subs, hasn't he? 300,000 subs. Every video is getting like hundreds of thousands of views. But I mean, he does put a lot of effort into his videos though, and it's stuff that you wouldn't. Well, I guess people appreciate it because obviously he gets the views on the videos, but you appreciate it more when you're an editor and you edit videos and stuff like that, and you see all the stuff that's going on a bit more. Yeah, he definitely puts a lot of work into every video. Yes, 2v2 only with in real life friends, or else it's mostly toxic interaction. Yeah, well, the problem I had is that it was only with in real life friends as well, and it seemed to manage to get toxic anyway. Even when you're like, it's fine, it's chill, we don't care if we lose, and that's sort of the attitude you go in with, and it doesn't last long, does it? As soon as you start losing, you just start raging. The first couple are fine, but when you lose a few in a row, never heard of him. Who is he? There you go. There's his YouTube. Oh, and I've just killed Twitch. Well, you can see why he's controversial, should we say. But I think that's why people like him, isn't it? Exactly because of that. Google translate his name from Serbian to English. Pilav is a popular Serbian dish. Rice, chicken, and vegetables. In Serbian, the word pilav is also used in slang to describe someone who is emotional. Well, emotionally unstable, maybe. It's plain rice. Oh, well, that's Google failing me then, isn't it? It's like you're gifting it to yourself. What's that, Socrates? Hi, K-Chak. In your experience with gold making, can we expect a bounce in professions next season? Like, you will see a massive bounce in demand, but I don't think you're going to see a massive bounce in profit margins. Like, it might go up a little bit, but you're not going to go back to having like 30% profit margins anytime soon, unfortunately. Streaming and get the mount gift, as you mentioned. Oh, right, yeah. I need to remember to claim that because I will forget. I nearly forgot to buy the new auction house mount on the EU. Completely forgotten about it till the other day. How many big whales like yourself do you reckon there are on both the US and the EU? I don't really know because it's not really a normal thing. Most people are on one or the other. But there are definitely people that are on both. Because if you go on to sort of the WoW trading Discord, there are people that are transferring gold from EU to US and US to EU. So there are people that are on both sides. But I think it's a minority. Most of the people, there are lots of people that have got $1 billion gold plus, but most of them have it on one region. Right, get rid of that one. Start on the next account. Morning, Mr. K. Morning, Ginny. Is that it? Morning for you, at least, anyway. So I assume you are US. As it's very early for you guys still, isn't it? High chance they will add a new profession for player housing. Do you think they will add recipe using old world mats? I don't necessarily. They might add a new profession, player housing, but I don't think it's guaranteed because they could just add it all in to current professions and just add more to them. And as far as using old world mats, I do hope that is something that they obviously we've done a bit of that with engineering this expansion. I really hope they carry on doing that. across more professions, because it just opens up so much more of the game. It's just great that we can sort of, that it's now like semi-viable to go mining in Dragonflight, and a lot of the ore there is selling for more than the ores from the War Within. And, you know, that's great. So I hope whatever they decide to do with professions generally, that they are going to sort of reuse a lot of these old world mats. Just came back to WoW after a long break, and professions seem a lot more tedious. Well, a lot more complicated, at least. It's definitely a lot more in depth than it used to be. What do you class as a whale? As in, what do I class as a whale? Probably 100 million, 200 million. Right, so we craft. It's fucking water again. Always the water. What do you think I should get into if I have 100k spare? Have you got your concentration set up? I mean, that's not going to cost you 100k, but as far as actual crafting professions are concerned, 100k is probably not going to get you far, unfortunately. Silent D. If not morning in time, morning in spirit. I never feel like it's morning in time or morning in spirit. Always feels like bedtime. I suppose that's a symptom of never stopping, though, isn't it? It's 10 p.m. here. So if it's 10 p.m., where in the world is it 10 p.m.? East Asia. So we've got people here from all over the world. What PC specs do you have? My PC is fairly garbage, to be honest. Besides the large amount of RAM I've got. It's old. It's like, my PC is like 5 years old now. The only thing I've actually got on my PC that's any good is that's 64 gig of RAM. But besides that, the rest of it's just terrible. Yeah, keeping the old content alive is very important. Hope next expansion we can use formatology or new mats or something. Yeah, even just some sort of recycle mechanic like we have in engineering. Anything like that that's going to recycle the old stuff constantly into new stuff. And I'm not saying that just because I made a ridiculous amount of money from it. Pre-crafting all the Dragonflight engineering parts coming into the expansion. I think they don't do a good enough job with Professions as it is. Do you really want another one? I don't know. I think Professions is generally okay. It's definitely a lot better than it was a couple of expansions ago when it was just a case of, you craft something, it's the same stuff. Everyone's crafting exactly the same stuff. There was just literally nothing to the system, was there? It's definitely better now, but they do need to keep working on it. Do you use the inks to make boundless ciphers? Yeah. Basically, yeah. So these are all going to go into boundless ciphers. Hello, any tip on how to post in the auction house? When I craft a lot of material, I end up losing money with undercutting wars. Craft smaller amounts and post it quicker. That's all I got to say. Like, it's as much as problem selling stuff at the moment as it is crafting for a profit, unfortunately. And that just means a lot of cancel scanning. Like you see here, I've listed all them potions and none of them are sold yet. And that's what I mean. I can craft them at a profit, but it's just getting the bleeding stuff to sell as well. That's as much a problem as anything else. I currently have 6 concentration characters, but I was wondering if it's worth doing something else like buying recipes for cheap and resell. But I've done that and they don't seem to be selling. I've been doing reselling recipes on the 0 to gold cap and I've been managing to sell them fine. So this is stuff I've resold. It's all recipes. 417,000 gold profit from reselling recipes. There's a few other bits at the bottom there, but the amount's negligible. So I've done quite well on that. So you can make gold from reselling, but it's a lot of messing about, moving stuff across servers and stuff like that. But it does work. And like with everything, it's not going to you maybe even need to cancel scan them a little bit as well. You need to not be too greedy as well. So, like sometimes you want to take the smaller profit margins that's on a bigger server, so you can get the sale quicker. Good morning. Could you tell me what add-on you have that let you buy that huge stacks of water? I'm tired of individually buying stacks of 100 echo influx. Oh my god, you're not doing that. Jesus, that would drive me mad. It's called Buy 'em All. It's on the Discord. There's a few add-ons that are in the gold making resources section, and that's one of them. And if you're not on the Discord, then it's linked in the pinned comment at the top of chat. Yeah, oh god, get that add-on. I can't believe you've been doing that manually. Can you imagine what it'd be like doing this manually when you're having to buy like 50,000 of these an hour or something? You just spend 5 minutes an hour just buying stacks of it. Thank you so much. This will save my sanity. Yeah, it definitely will. I can't believe you've been doing that manually. Oh, God. That would just drive me crazy. Are you finding that certain realms are better, so more frequent than others for recipe flipping? I literally just use Oribus. I mean, I use it for everything, don't I? But switch it to War Within. Go on recipes, and you can go on anything, can't you? So we'll go for that. And there you go. We can buy it for 250 gold on Frostmourne. And we can sell it for 30,000 gold on Draenor. But Draenor on the US is a very low population server. There's no point trying to sell it on that one because it could take you a month to sell it. Maybe even more. But you could say, oh, I'm going to sell it on Firetree. That's quite a high population server. It's selling for 9,000 gold there. And there's only 2 of them on the auction house. So you're going to get less undercut. So yeah, but what a lot of people do is they take this 250 gold, they buy it there, and they're trying to sell it here. And these ones, the low population servers are always going to have the highest price. But it's also going to mean it's going to take a lot longer for you to sell it. So yeah, that's what I would do. Probably move it to Firetree, one of those sorts of ones. It's like a reasonably high population server. So yeah, you can definitely make gold from flipping recipes. I'm not having much luck with this today. Only had one. Yes, just got into mass crafting alloys, and that's been the worst part. That and cancel scanning. Yeah, well, the cancel scanning's just... I can't help you there, unfortunately. Yeah, I can't help you there. How do you know if it's high or low population before creating the character? You can just... I'll show you in a sec. Just let him log out. I could have just shown you on here, to be honest, but I didn't want to lose where I was. Yeah, unfortunately, that's something that comes with experience on knowing how high population all the servers are. If you click on realms, if you click on by population, you've got the highest population, high to low. You see there, Firetree is a high population server. What about 20th biggest server in the US? So where's Draenor? So Draenor's a low population one down here. So that's what I mean. That's the difference. You're going. I mean, ideally, you want to sell it on a full population server. Now it looks like there's a lot of servers there, at full population, but it's not because a lot of these are linked. Like these are all linked servers, so there's not as many full population servers as you think. But yeah, that's basically the point. You just need to. It's not just about the price; it's about how quick you're going to sell it as well. Because it's no good being sat on a low population server. Someone you've bought for 250k gold, for 250 gold, shall I say, and you're selling for 200, like 25, 30k gold. But if it's sat there all day, you know, for months and doesn't sell, then there's no point in it, is there? Rank 2 tempered framework have been selling really good for me on the US at 80% profit for the past few hours. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Keep that quiet. If only you hadn't just said it in here, said it in this, said it in chat. Everyone will go and do it now. Oh crap, the legend is live. I don't think I'm a legend. Good to see you, Dillinson. Yeah, we went a bit earlier today. I'll explain to you why later on in DMs. Yeah, stuff's happening. So the zero cut to gold cap, I am actually making progress now. I'm up to 532k. With still a load of stuff to sell. Top selling item. Rank 3 crystals. So what have I been up to then, guys? Yeah. That thing where I said I wasn't going to disenchant. Unfortunately, what I was going to do fell through because of a bug, so. Awesome, no pictures this time, please. You're going to get people talking. Get us both in trouble. Right, so I do with crafting some more of these potions as well, but so how many did we get? I could do with crafting some rank 2 templates anyway. So we got 7,000 potions from the from that. So if we craft 10,000 of these, so we need 60,000 microbloom again. 59,994 because we had 6 left over. No, we weren't. We were doing. We weren't. We were doing. Sorry, we weren't doing. We're doing 1,000, weren't we? Not 10,000 because it was too expensive. So we want 3,000 of this, which actually turns out to be 2,946. We've got 4 too much microbloom. Get rid of that. We use so many vials. Oh. Fine, so you can start crafting that. Oh, it's getting laggy. I'm curious if I get the same results from doing a potion with one herb as I do with two. Because if I do, then it's going to make things significantly easier for getting numbers for everything else. What are you doing with all that ink? I'm going to turn it into boundless ciphers in a little bit. It's not going to make millions and millions of gold, but it will make a little bit. Creators adapting live automated midstream roles saw an average of 20% uplift in stream revenue. Oh, really? I swear I've been disenchanting for the past 24 hours. It never ends, man. Yeah. But you just keep buying it to one button, don't you? Do you see the guy in the Discord that was doing it on his controller pad? And just clicking on that. I think that might be an option for me in the future. Right, need the next account. Just takes so long to get through all these accounts. And they're so slow loading up as well when I've got so much open. Go back on the wagon. I haven't been super optimal with my gold making so far, but have a pretty diverse set of professions set up at this stage. It's nice because it means I can jump on opportunities at least. Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm trying to get the professions I let fall behind, like blacksmithing, leatherworking, stuff like that. I'm trying to get them caught up a little bit now. I'm actually surprised at how much catch-up knowledge that you can get just by logging on and getting the little bit that you can get sort of every day in the morning. It does seem to, it's not going to catch you up fast, not like with enchanting, but it's, you know, it's not terrible. At least not as bad as I thought it was going to be anyway. Some people in that Discord crack me up. Their setups are crazy. Oh, do you mean like people that have got like 150 concentration alts set up and stuff like that? Yeah, there is definitely some. There is definitely some people have spent some crazy amount of time setting some stuff up. Right, grab that. I've also seen some people make some crazy amounts of gold from the setups they've got as well. It'll be interesting to see how concentration does next expansion now that people are more aware of it. Is the best money in alchemy right now in rank 1 materials to make rank 2 products when compared to rank 3 crafts? I tend to find that a lot of rank 3 crafting just seems to be risky because the profit margins tend to be a little bit higher, but the risk involved of the prices coming down it's so much higher because of the amount of gold. You're investing a lot more gold for not much more return, basically. So that's the risk that you're making for a little bit more gold. So I just don't think it's worth it a lot of time. Yeah, but I can't do anything else with the rest of my PC. Surely, 100%, Dylanson, you've got another monitor. You can watch stuff and that. You just need to, just be pressing that button all the time. I know it drives you a bit crazy though, doesn't it, after a while? The one guy with 30 enchanting alt tunes is my hero. 30 is like rookie numbers though. There are people that have them in the hundreds. But yeah, that's what you do. You just jump. If the people that made a lot of gold are those that watched my videos before the expansion came out, that was talking about the concentration builds well before I brought that second set of videos out, and that's when a lot of people jumped onto it. But by then, sort of profit margins were down to like 10k. But those that watched the first lot of videos and were getting 100k profit margins per use of concentration, that was just insanity then. Pop this guy up a minute. So the reason people want lower rank inscription characters is so you can make the rank 1 stuff, which is generally more expensive. So you see here the rank 1 ink. Rank 1 ink is 15 gold more. And if you look, the sales rate is 0.368. And the sales rate on the rank 2 is 0.123. So the sales rate on the rank 1 ink is 3 times higher. So if there's 3 times more rank 1 ink selling, and it's selling for more. So this is why people want lower skill on an inscription character. Now, normally, it's the same on the Boundless Ciphers as well. And you can see this because the region sale average on that is 369 on the rank 2. On the rank 1, it's 490. So you can see it's normally higher on the rank 1. That's just a temporary situation we've got going on there. But you can see it there with the ink. It's just this bizarre situation that we seem to be getting a lot of. Homer Simpson's chicken isn't technically against terms of service. Yeah, but he nearly blows up the power plant with that, doesn't he? Yeah, could do it one of those, couldn't you? People started doing that, didn't they? That sort of thing with when Classic WoW originally came out, keep them logged in because the queues were so long. I saw a few setups where people were just had a fan going backwards and forwards with something on it to press the jump button to keep them logged in. Or, you know, Blizzard just could get better servers. In the hundreds now, that's diabolical. Yeah, well, the amount, like, that, the amount of effort to do that is just, yeah, I can't be bothered with that. I got burnt out on doing massively doing all army stuff last expansion. When I did all the tailoring in particular last expansion, I was like, I'm not doing this again. It's just too time consuming. And the reward, you know, the reward was fine. It was okay, but not something that I would be thought was worth the amount of effort that got put into it, basically. I never said it was a great idea, just pointing out it's an idea. Yeah, well, it does work, doesn't it? You just got to press. So many people have been banned in WoW, though, from, you know, doing it with macros and auto clickers and all sorts of stuff. And it is, you know, it is a bit annoying, but as someone that's done a lot of disenchanting recently, you know, it's not that bad if you keybind it properly. I just keybind it to spacebar and I'm just watching YouTube. And you don't really pay that much attention to what you're doing. That's crazy. I have like 7 tunes with concentration and chanting. It feels like a lot logging into each crafting. You've only got to log in like every 3 to 4 days, haven't you? So it's not that bad. What is it? 15 minutes every 3 to 4 days with 7 tunes? 20 minutes? It's the setting it all up to me that's the problem. And all the flying around and been having more fun gold farming and doing Mythic Plus recently. Didn't do a single key last week. Gold making, just way more fun. Hey, and that's what you should do. You should do whatever is fun to you. But I've not heard great things for Mythic Plus this season. It's just hard. And you can get the rewards elsewhere. Or you can get the gear elsewhere, shall we say. I have 200 tunes with enchanting. The way I'm doing it is doing one account, 40 tunes per day, 1 hour per day. No way I lose one entire day only for concentration and 200 accounts. Yeah. See, when you break it down like that, it's an hour a day. It's not that bad. It's like when I list my auctions, people are like, oh, wow, you're listing on, you know, you're listing auctions on 175 servers. That's you know, that's massive, but it only takes like an hour and 20 minutes every 2 days. When it's something you're just breaking up like that, it's just not that bad at all, really. Is there a link to the do have a link to the Enchanting Concentration Army somewhere. That's the link to the playlist that I did with the first 2 videos about enchanting concentration, and the rest is about the other concentrations. But you've got to remember these videos are like probably over a month old now. So profit margins have changed a lot since then. Some people are sort of only getting like 1k, 2k gold per craft now. So things have changed, but it's still sort of fairly easy gold. Bind it to the indoor static bike. Or do exercise while you're doing your disenchanting at the same time. My Mythic Plus team lost interest, so I stopped pushing for score altogether. It's rough. Yeah. And half the reason I ended up stopped Mythic Plus and stuff like that was because the guys I were playing with just had more time and were pushing higher than me. And then it's, if you want to get to the same level as them, you're sort of behind and you're in an impossible situation. You've either got to pug it or... Yeah, when you've not got your team anymore, it's a completely different experience, and not an experience that I found particularly fun. Pugging Mythic Plus at the best of times, and that was the main reason why I stopped doing it. Yeah, it's sad because it is fun, but I think once you scale up and you start doing things with some optimization and scale, it's less of a drain. When you're doing 1 or 2, sometimes 4 or 5, you sometimes don't do things like pre-buy. Yeah, when you are doing things at a certain scale, you do get more efficient. So some people are posting, 5,000 bits of transmog or 2,000. I've seen people say like, "Oh, I've posted 2,000 bits of transmog and it's taking me an hour and 15 minutes to do it," and I can post 6, 7, 8 times more items than them in the same amount of time. And it's because, firstly, I'm posting on all different servers, and I'm posting on 8 accounts at once. And because you're posting on different servers and you're not posting more than sort of 60 or 70 on a server, you're not hitting the auction house throttle. So you're not getting slowed down like that. So they're doing it like the most inefficient way possible, and I'm doing it the most efficient way possible. And like you said, when you are doing things at scale, you're sort of forced to find those ways to do it more efficiently, because otherwise you just can't sustain what you're doing over the long term. So yeah, and then sometimes when people are doing 5, so when people are looking at that, and they're saying, "Oh," like that person's looking at me saying, "Oh, it takes me an hour and 15 minutes to list 2,000 transmog. It must take you 6 hours to list 10,000. But like you're saying, it's not, because you learn that optimization. And like you're saying, you can do all your concentration crafting so much faster because you've got that efficiency nailed down. With a full build is 5 gold average per concentration point in enchanting. So yeah, but then you've got on EU, yeah, and then you've got all your ingenuity procs from that as well, haven't you? Depends what setup you've got, whether you've got the full shatter build or the basic build. But I imagine if you've got 200 characters, you've got the basic build, haven't you? So the ingenuity is a little bit less of an issue. But still, it's just free gold, isn't it, at the end of the day? Like, you've spent your time to set it all up. Yeah, it takes you an hour, but how much gold are you making every day from that hour? You're getting a much higher gold per hour than most people that are actually trying to do anything else. EU is down to 1k per craft. As of today, 600 from yesterday, 1k less from 2 days ago. It's the worst time of the week though, isn't it? Like, there's no demand for enchants at the moment. But it might come reset day, you might jump up a little bit. Let's have a look at something. Let's go to poor old EU. Oh no, not the one I told nobody to do. Yes, a little bit. I mean, it is going up a little bit on thingy days, but yeah, over time, it's only going one way. Take us back to the 125Ks. That was mental, and they were selling as well, 125k. Yeah, it seemed to have stabilised out a bit there. I don't know. It's just gone down a bit this last. We're talking about last 7 days. It's just carried on dropping down a bit. Well, we can only see what happens, can't we? Who knew that an MMO stops being fun when you no longer have the MM part? What, when you're just playing solo? Yeah, well, if you are plugging in Mythic Plus and stuff like that, I mean, it's still MMO, isn't it? But it's not the same when you're not playing with people you don't know, and especially when the environment's quite toxic at times as well. What's the fastest way to make gold? I'm broke. I'm new to this. What builds? Well, the fastest way to make gold is mining and herbalism. If you're not sure what you're doing, then that's the easiest and fastest way. And then if you want something that's like long-term passive, that's making some gold, not amazing gold now, by the sounds of what people are saying, then you can do the enchanting concentration, which is the playlist that's just sort of, I've just linked like 10 minutes ago. Anyone else ever had issues with not being able to log out? Absolutely not. Sounds like Blizzard have found a new way to get their engagement numbers up. This is the period where the non-hardcore all take a break till next patch or next expansion, so not surprising, yeah. Yeah, so demand's down, price is down. And yeah, it's probably not going to change significantly anytime soon. Unfortunately for us. So the pickings on what we're going to get from doing all this, it's just going to get more difficult, unfortunately. Right, how many of these did we get? Please tell me I've got a similar number. 6929. That was within... Fine, I will use my own. That was within 5 potions. Of what I got. Mana potions. I've got 6924 on the healing potions and 6929 on the mana potions. So it looks like you're basically getting identical numbers, which is good because it makes it easier to calculate everything for the crafting sheet. Now, next expansion, I'm going to go crazy on this crafting sheet. Oh, what sold for 18k? Viking belt. Oh, used to sell for loads more than that. There. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge for free. Loving your content, much appreciated. That's great. Glad it's helped. Hope it's made you lots of gold. Oh, guys. I think we're going to have to call it in about 10 minutes. I know this has been a short one, but servers are going down anyway. That's annoying. That's bad timing. Should have checked, really. I was hoping to get another hour. Shut down just for an hour. These guys know nothing about server downtime on the US. Here is the other issue I have with flipping. Undermine exchange lists realm names, but I can't find Ashenvale. Right. Might be able to solve that problem as well. So let's just put random item in. Okay. Say we're on the US. Is it US? Ashenvale, I'm not sure because it's a linked realm. So we can't see it on there, but if you click include connected realms, oh no, it must be an EU one. Yeah, so you can click this and it'll show you all the servers, not just the... Am I being completely blind here? On EU, right, that's fine. See, when I created my characters, I created them all on the servers that were listed on here to make things easier. So yeah, so you can't see it on there, but if you click include connected realms, then you can see it there. Oh, I see Ashen Vale on Undermine Exchange. I can't find it in game. Oh, so did a bad job explaining that. Oh, I've got no idea what's happened then. Maybe the server's just melted. Oh, of course, yeah, of course. It's a Russian realm. Yeah, what Wu said. Yeah, yeah, it's a Russian realm. Just a second, let me just bring up my video. Where is it? It's this one, I think. Passive. Oh God, don't listen to me. Oh, I can't find it. I had the translation somewhere, but I can't find it. I've got it on one of my sheets as well, but because I've not done it for so long. Actually, I think it's on the other one. Yeah, can't find it. Well, basically, there's yeah, Ashen Vale is a Russian realm. I'll link the video where I talk about it a little bit, the Russian realm stuff. I'm sure the in that video, sort of the second half of that video is when I start talking about buying stuff off the Russian realms. And there is translations on there. You make gold making look so easy. All of this is whole new language for me mostly. Yeah. It just takes some time getting used to. Just some time and some experience. I struggle a lot to make some good gold now. A lot of gets undercut massively all the time, ending up at rock bottom prices. Yeah. Like, it's hard enough finding something to sell for a profit. And then when you can sell it for a profit, it's hard enough to sell. You know, it's hard enough the amount of time you spend selling it as well, just to cancel scanning. So it is a challenging environment at the moment. The real time to make gold was, 2 months ago, unfortunately. So we're just sort of like going for scraps at the moment. Oh, The world's about to end. I didn't get my crafting finisher. Yeah, I did watch that one. Thanks, kind of didn't do anything about it at the time. Now, well, at least you've got it there. It's got the translations in there somewhere for the Russian servers anyway. I got like 5k piles of rusted scrap. Is there any good use for it? You can break it down and you can get engineering regents from it, can't you? But there's not that much you can do with it, unfortunately. Right, guys, the servers are down. There's not a lot more I can do, unfortunately. I was hoping it was going to be another hour. Obviously, I miscalculated with the American time. So it looks like we're going to have to call it there today, unfortunately. Bit of a shorter one than usual. But like I said, I'm hoping to do this to not have such big breaks between doing this anymore. Because it's been a couple of weeks since last time. Like I said, I want to do a couple of these a week now. So those of you on YouTube. Oh yeah, guys, if you're not on the Discord, if you're not already on the Discord, then that's pinned at the top, pinned comment. Come and join us over on the Discord. Lots of discussion stuff going on over there. So guys, thanks for coming. Like I said, we'll do a longer one next time.